How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Krypto Playboy. My name is Seymour. Guys, to begin, chuck a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content. And do not forget about our Discord. Hop on there. There's tips, there's pre-sales, and the best community around town. So get into it now. Today's episode, we have a very special guest for you. So let's get straight into it. So you guys all know which project I'm talking about. This is Glitter Finance. It's a very special project. We've spoken about this before in the past, and even in the Discord, we've been lucky enough to get involved in this project. So a lot of guys have been asking us questions, and I want to know a bit more about the project. So we've been lucky enough to get David on the show today, and here he is today. So guys, if you don't know what this project is, hop on the website, hop on their Twitter, check them out. These guys are growing. It's been a very special project, and we're very lucky to have him on the show today. So let's hear from him now. Hey, David, how you going?
Hi, good to be here with you today.
Thanks for your time and thanks for coming on. I know it's been a bit of a struggle with our internets and that, and especially the storms over here.
Yeah, understandable.
So we've had a lot of interest from our community that wanted to get involved in the project. Some of them did, luckily enough, and a lot of other guys who missed out are now saying, "Hey, what is Glitter Finance? You know, I'm interested and I want to get involved in it." And I just want to kind of, what is Glitter Finance? Like, how did you guys come up with the idea for it?
Sure. Glitter Finance started out as a concept to improve the wormhole bridge in the Solana system. I was working with a couple of founders from the Solana ecosystem that basically founded a successful protocol, and we were looking to create a bridging protocol that would, improve what we perceive to be the mistakes made in the wormhole bridge. At the same time, would also create a bridge that was an investment platform by integrating yield pools. So it would be like an advanced bridge architecture. At the time, I was working with several Algorand projects. And when we started to basically raise and to develop the project, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a bridge between Solana and Algorand? So I applied for the grant with the Algorand Foundation, and I basically took the project into Algorand, and it became an Algorand to Solana bridge. And especially after we received the grant and support from the foundation. So at this moment, Glitter is a major interoperability platform within the Algorand ecosystem. We're in the late stages of developing the Algorand to Solana bridge, which is a fairly major accomplishment because it's a bridge between two non-EVM blockchains. And we're still on track to be an investment platform and to really deepen the bridge architecture within the yield pool integrations. And eventually we hope to basically automation to it and create a platform which would draw in just basic normal people, not just crypto users, and would guide people in how to trade. So this is the story of Glitter.
Well, I kind of, one of the main things people loved about the project was integrating yield into it. So that's going to, I think, attract a huge audience for that because people love being able to hold something and an interest on it. So having those yield farms, I think that's a massive thing you guys are doing, and that's great to see. And it's kind of already answered the second question most people have been asking me is, well, like, what sets you guys apart from other similar projects? If you can give us a couple points on it, like send it really home for them.
Well, I mean, first of all, in terms of, it depends on what you mean by similar. If we're talking about within the Algorand ecosystem, currently we're the only, to my knowledge, we're the only startup, excuse me, developing the Solana to Algorand bridge. So there are many startups within Algorand to develop EVM compatible blockchains to Algorand, but nobody's attempting what we're attempting to do cryptographically. If you're talking about integrating of yield farms, what sets us apart is our ecosystem of blockchains. Again, we're talking about things that are not compatible, that don't work together. And yet, if you combine them, what you get is incredibly interesting situation of giving traders the ability to use the Solana ecosystem, which obviously is one of the best DeFi ecosystems that we have, based on the protocols that they got, and the Algorand ecosystem, which is fast developing, but really has also incredibly solid technology where, the protocol itself, the Algorand protocol, has never been down. It has never forked. Um, it's always been developed to be as steady and solid as possible, and in that way, it's very unique among blockchains. So that is what sets it apart. Is that I think we took a very hard route from the cryptographic perspective, and I think we've succeeded. And so we're giving a unique product to the
Very.
traders.
That's what I said. It's a very unique product that no one else is doing what you guys are doing, and you guys are doing it quite successfully. So, hats off to you guys because you've done something that no one else has tried, and it's very unique. That's what kind of caught my attention for it, and a lot of other people getting involved. I think that's mind blowing what you guys are doing with it. This is probably a little bit off topic, but what is with the monkey logo? Everyone's been asking me what's with the monkey.
Right, and what's with the monkey business? So basically, when we were creating glitter, there was obviously the NFTs exploded, and there's all this theme about apes and stuff like that. So I co-created glitter with my wife Gail, who really created most of the aesthetic for the startup, and we started to talk about, wouldn't it be awesome to have our own NFT, kind of like Shiba Inu, or Dogecoin, and have something awesome that we can just kind of tap into the NFT market, but also kind of have this really great way to cause an emotional reaction for the user, give them something visual, so that because I mean, a bridge is a fairly academic thing. It's a fairly complicated platform. So we're thinking about what to do, and eventually we created Cyril. That's what we called him. We named him. And Cyril was incredibly difficult to make. It took us months because we really wanted to create something that expresses certain feelings, maybe takes it away a little bit from the kind of gauche, art that you see in NFTs. It makes it a little bit more, maybe deep, maybe kind, something like that, but doesn't make it, kind of kitschy. So that combination, that balance that we wanted, was very difficult to achieve. But finally, when we moved to Portugal, we found a really good designer, and we're able to pull it off right before the launch, basically.
I like it a lot. It's like something kind of cute and fun, makes me more personal in the project. And I think a lot of people are visual like that. They'll see it and be like, hey, I like the monkey. They'll remember the project from it. This is probably a bit more of a technical question from some people asking, like, how do these yield bridges work with each other across networks?
Yeah, so first of all, caveat, I'm not a coder. I'm not a developer. I'm a business guy through and through. So I'm not going to be able to give you the absolute nuts and bolts of it. There are right now 3 types of bridges. The bridge that we've created is a hybrid, and actually has a newer way of working. It's a somewhat mint and burn, but only to an extent, and it also works with oracles. And so that's why we have the new relationship with Algoracle. In terms of just the basic synopsis of how it works, it creates wrap tokens. When you put your tokens in a blockchain 1, you lock it into the vault. It creates wrap tokens on blockchain 2. And that's the most basic explanation. It goes forwards and backwards. But if we're going a little deeper, there is a mint and burn function there, but that's not the main property of the bridge. It also very heavily relies on oracles to direct information, but not in terms of receiving information, where you just have a ticker tape, in actual way that the bridge works. But I will stop there because anything beyond this point, you'd have to talk to my developer.
It's like going over my head then. No, the wrap token does make a lot more sense. People understanding that. I think everyone understands how wrap tokens work. Goes in, locked, get it out here. You want it back, swap it back. That's a simple process for me. Another really cool feature I noticed about this was that you're going to have these deep learning neural networks to help new traders.
Mhm.
How's this going to benefit you guys in crypto or anyone that's starting to get involved in trading now?
Yeah. So the vision behind all of this is to have a platform that's intuitive and interactive. So, like for example, AI, integrating AI, so that when a novice trader gets into the platform, there is a helper basically guiding the trader to what they should be doing. So that's one way. The idea is to guide a person towards, if a person doesn't know what, obviously we're never going to have a situation where we take away the manual option. So if you're an experienced trader, you know what you're doing, you know what to do. But if you have a novice trader, what we want to do is hook up to your bank account and then basically guide you towards what you need to do to make money off of DeFi, and then eventually guide you towards algorithms. An algorithm can, send your liquidity into the right pools, and then eventually you make a profit and you can withdraw it through a fiat portal. So the neural networks are supposed to be a guide and a helper to automate the whole process.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a great initiative for new traders coming out there, and even guys that are trading. Sometimes they need a bit of a hand, or you're having an off day. I think these type of things come into play, and they make a massive difference. So really, what
Yeah.
you guys are doing here, it's amazing, and I hope everything comes out 100% to fruition. And hats off to you guys
Thank
for
you.
everything you've done. Are you guys still traveling along for your launch in quarter 1? This market's not affecting you guys, or postponing anything?
Um, Yeah, so look, we are launching. We are a little bit behind. We do have the Solana to Algo bridge in the final stages of development, going through an internal audit at this point.
Mhm.
So it will be out very soon on testnet fully. Actually, you can go to our website mvp.glitter.finance and you can see what stages it is on now. We're coming out with extra stuff that we didn't foresee that we'd have to make. For example, we created a new Solana token minter that is basically, it works by creating Solana tokens in your Soulflare. We did it to basically kind of make safer the creation of our own Solana token supply. We're also creating the obviously the claim portal, which is a fork of Bonfida with our own UI and modifications.
Mhm.
So we're adding extra stuff. We will have to probably push back the Algo to Polygon bridge, and basically because of the time frame, because we created extra software. In terms of the market, I mean, yeah, the market is not good, but we've worked as hard as possible to come out with quality products and launch in a good way.
No, that's very good to hear. Um, do you guys have like a timeline or processes you can put in place for the future of the project, like so it's gonna be a long-term success? Because a lot of guys are saying, "Hey, like, how do we know it's gonna be around for long term?" From what I'm reading, I see you guys are ticking all the boxes and doing things right. But from your mouth, how do you guys say you can see this being long term?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, the bridge will never run out of blockchains to integrate. So it's not like just we start with 5 blockchains and then we finish it. No, I mean, why not integrate others that are interesting, like Elrond, for example, or Harmony. So in that perspective, the bridge is always evolving. The neural networks and automation will always, will take time to deploy. This is not something that you can just finish in 3 months. So from that perspective, it is a very much a long-term project. You can just see it by the technology that is involved.
That's true. And then as things advance, your project moves along, advances with us as well. That's what I see with you guys doing. And I really, from anything I've seen you guys do, amazing work. And I really do think your project's going to pop off. A lot of guys that get involved in it, I think they've made the right move on it. And I can say when this market comes back into green, I think Glitter's going to be soaring off. So I really congratulate you guys on what you've done so far. And I wish you the best of luck with the project. If people do want to get involved in the project, where can they get involved if they've missed any of the pre-sales and then now with the launch pads coming up or IDO dates?
Well, I mean, we currently have an IDO today on a launchpad called Aegis.
Mhm.
They're actually doing an interesting IDO in that they are doing the algo supply. They successfully integrated Algorand. So for all those algo zealots out there, this is
Mhm.
your day to buy into Algorand and use your my algo. Tomorrow we're doing, or rather, in 2 days on the 14th. There's going to be two IDOs. They're both going to be on the Solana side.
Mhm.
So we have three launch pads currently out: Aegis, Lightning Protocol, and Seeded Network, and they're all coming up. Will be done by the 15th. So if you want to buy in, now is a good time.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate your time coming on the show and stay in contact and learn more about the project. But for everyone that's out there, I hope you understand and watch this video because this really is the project home. And really, again, guys, congratulations on everything you've done, and I wish you the best of luck with the
Thank
project.
you.
All right.
I appreciate
Thanks.
I appreciate having being here as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, you heard it from the man himself. This is the bridge, the one bridge to rule them all. As you can see, these guys are pumping along with what they're doing and what they say they're going to do. As you know, there's multiple networks out there. So you can see once they ticked all these bridges off, you can see them doing more and more from this. And this is one of those projects that has a lot of long-term growth in it. And I really do think is one of those ones you want to get involved in the early stage because these type of things, when the market turns green, well, you can be onto a winner there. So if you do want to find out more about them, hop onto the website, you can check out the white paper, read it over yourself, guys, get an understanding of the project, what they're doing, and then hop onto all the socials, follow them. And if you do want to get involved in it, hop onto one of those IDOs. If you do miss it, well, there's always the public sale when it comes out on launch. Get involved, hold those tokens, and get involved in the yield farms when they do come out. And again, guys, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content coming out.